Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today is voting day and it's Tuesday. So since it's voting day at my school, that means that we have a remote learning day. So I am off to school. I just got a sausage, egg, and cheese, which is my number one pregnancy craving, on a biscuit. Oh, so good. And then some coffee because treat yourself. And I am looking forward to a productive day. I wasn't even planning on picking you up this week at all because parent-teacher conferences is too much. But I figured I could do it today while we have a remote learning day and kind of bring you through the process of prepping for conferences and what else we get to. So today, my big things that I want to do is just prep for conferences. I want to also get through, prepare for the next week. And then the other thing is we are going to a local elementary school who teaches the same curriculum as us that we have for reading and writing. And since we're new to it, my team and I are going to observe another third grade teacher and kind of just see how she structures her reading and word study block, which I'm so excited for. So I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. I'll fill you all in on what we learned and so on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So if you're new here, by the way, my name is Victoria. I'm a 8th year third grade teacher in Maine and a mom to a toddler boy who's 2 years old and pregnant with baby number 2 in February. And let's go to school so we can have some productive time together. See ya.
Today was a productive one. I started by typing my goals for my teacher, yearly goals into iObservation, and thankfully my teammates had already done this, so I was able to borrow some ideas from them a little bit too. Then I promptly moved on to grading, and this is what I spent the majority of my day doing. It was a lot of grading, inputting grades, and organizing things for conferences. I like to put my students' work into manila folders. That way they're all easily accessible. So as I corrected work and put grades on them and put them into our grading system, I then would put them in their folders so it was organized and ready for me to share at conferences. This system really works well for me. It makes it easier to share with parents, to keep things organized for if I ever have a meeting and I need to reference a specific student. And it's also just easier at the end of the year when you're going to pass back some work. So that is what works for me, and that's what I spent most of my day doing. It was very productive, and thankfully now I'm all caught up on grading. We've gotten to the point where we're back into the groove of things, and I don't think that I will get so far behind in grading this year, so yay for that. Then I went to the local elementary school to observe a teacher and had so many notes, and it was just a really great day. I did end with a few conferences, and I'll fill you in more in a bit.
Hello, everyone. So it is the end of the day. It's 7, and I am going to sort my laundry so I can put it away. And I thought I'd chat with you about the day. So I really didn't get to pick you up much today to chat with you, but I was so super productive and it felt great. So really the big key things that I did is we had gotten kind of behind. We like to collaborate on our grading and just how we want to score certain things and so on. So we'd gotten behind on that because beginning of the school year is busy. So we kind of touched base on all of the stuff that we needed to put in the grade book and got those in the grade book and talked about the scoring piece of it all, which was great. And then aside from that, mostly I printed a few things for conferences, and we talked and planned for the rest of this week and next week and then the following week. We had already planned for the rest of this week, but we had a few assessments that we needed to kind of finesse for this week. So we kind of talked through that piece. And I feel like that covers most of what we did in the morning. And then at like noon, we went to go and observe the teacher in a different district teaching the reading curriculum that we are using right now, and that was really great to just go in and see another teacher. I love observing other teachers because you always pick up on things that they're doing that are just like really cool and helpful, and you're like, yeah, I don't know. I was very impressed by her class. They were so great. It was also kind of comforting to hear her talking about the curriculum, and just she's struggling with some of the same things we're struggling with just how meaty it is and how much there is to it, and how it takes a lot of finessing and planning when how long you want to take on certain things and so on. So that was helpful. It was also helpful because we got a chance to see her do small groups. And so far, we've just been doing a reading lesson, and then we've been doing IDR time, which is independent daily reading. And we haven't even really dabbled much into reading groups at all. The extent that I've done stuff is like I've grabbed some like decodable texts from UFly and read some of those decodable texts from based off of skills that we've been working on from Word Study. And that's like been it. I've been also doing reading conferences and stuff, but I know that I can do so much more. It's just like wrapping my head around that, as well as all of these new curriculums, has just felt really tricky. So it was helpful to see what she's doing, and it was helpful to hear what she's been doing as well. So that was the most helpful, I'd say. And she's been using this like skill set thing that we don't have access to, but we know our earlier grades do, so we might be able to tap into that as a resource as well. Yeah, it was just really great to see. It was interesting too how she structured her block. Like she had kids that come in from lunch and lunch and recess, and they immediately go into a station, and then after the station they go into their reading lesson, and then after their reading lesson they go into a station, and then after the station they go into the word study lesson, and then after the word study lesson they do another station. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting to see how other people do it, how they structure it, and get a chance to hear from someone who's experienced the program a bit more. Now, this is the first time that she has done this curriculum with this new version that we're also using, but she's familiar with the program because they've been using it for years at this point. So yeah, good and helpful, and just fun to get out and kind of observe other teachers and get some like classroom management thoughts and so on. Like they were so quick with their transitions and so on. So, you know, it was just cool. And then when I got back from the observation, I just prepped my stuff for conferences. I always put my students' papers like throughout the school year into a file, and then I usually clip them based off of like the quarter, and then that's what I share out for conferences. So I shared out all of the work that they did in quarter one, and we just talked about, I always start with what are your questions or concerns or thoughts that you wanted to ask first, and we always start with that. And then from there I go into what I notice about this child socially, and then what I notice about them like in their like learning behaviors, like habits of work, and then I go into from there just all of their learning, and that takes up the 15 minutes. It flies by. I always have a hard time staying on time, but that is okay. So I think that sums up the day for you. I hope something was helpful. I'm not sure if anything was, but it was fun to hang out with you. I am looking forward to getting to touch base with more parents and all of that stuff. I'm also really looking forward to going to sleep tonight because I have a cold, and I am just like very much feeling exhausted and tired from all that. I will get by. All right. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Please comment down below any future videos you'd like to see from me. I do plan on filming a sit down video with you all, just doing a teacher favorites and a few others. Who knows, you might have already seen that too. I'm not sure what schedule I'm going to upload things, but if you have any other video requests, please comment them down below, because it's just helpful for me to know what you would like to see. And until the next time, I hope you have the best day, the best weekend, whenever you're watching this. I hope you're enjoying it. Thank you all so much for being here. If you're here to the end, you are a real one, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.